Welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at a scenario where America, from adizzpro's What is Civilization Side Over series, forms an empire. That is going to be a mouthful every time I do one of these episodes. Welcome to a new series. I was very heavily debating this series, because this map is owned by somebody else. But I've decided that I will do the series, because I've seen a lot of people do like, wisco scenarios, and, like, adizzpro seems fine with it, so hopefully he's fine with me doing this. One of my main series on the channel is What If Countries Formed an Empire? And adizzpro has created this map. This is episode 74. Yes, I know, by the time I'm recording this, episode 80 is probably going to be on the release tomorrow. Yes, I know that Russia's back. Yes, I know that Rome is not like this, they have collapsed. I know, okay? Bangladesh doesn't exist anymore, I know. We're going to keep this map for a little bit. I don't know if the series does well. I'll probably continue it, but really depends. Not many people probably know about adizzpro if they're watching my channel, but today we are taking a look at a scenario where America forms an empire. America is the second strongest country from adizzpro's Civilization series. Really, they did nothing in it. Like, honestly, they had the Civil War, Texas broke free, but we're taking a look at once they formed an empire. And to be fair, America in the Civilization series, they kind of have open will to expand. There's not really anybody from stopping them. Other than, like, Brazil and Mexico, who are both... Oh, yeah, by the way, like, the AI and all that stuff doesn't exist, similar to the original Empire series, and America will not be buffed. But, countries like Brazil and Mexico could pose a challenge, and maybe even the Unitarians, but other than that, I don't think America would face a challenge other than Brazil and Mexico. But anyway, we're going to begin America's expansion. The first country America will be expanding to will be the Golden Texan team. American troops will enter into the country and, well, immediately take the capital of the Golden Texan team. I wish I had capitals on this map. I unfortunately do not. And America's troops will continue to roll into the Mexico. That is not Mexico. They will continue to roll into the Golden team. And sadly, yeah, they collapse. Let's take a look at this peace treaty. And just like that, America has expanded and taken over the Golden Texan team. Now, this is definitely, like, an alarm for some people, especially Mexico and California. They're like, okay, that's one of our neighbours, but you know what? We'll leave it. And America will not be expanding to one of their neighbours for now. Instead, they'll be sending the Navy down to the Central American team. Similar to the series, America wants access to the Panama Canal, and as adizzpro said, the Panama Canal does exist, because, maybe not like here, but honestly it probably would be there. The Panama Canal does exist. I don't know why it'd be called in the series, but I don't know. He calls it the Panama Canal, but I don't know what it'd be called, because this would not be called Central America. It might be, actually. Because I can imagine they would have the same names for the continents. Maybe, I don't know. But America will make a landing and take over the Panama Canal, which is a huge loss for this country. That is, like, probably the reason they're even a functioning country in the wisco series. Because, you know, the Panama Canal in real life is very important, and you earn a lot of money for it. And from here, we see America pushing around the Panama region. They do not go past here, because I don't even know what that place is called. And now we see another American landing over here. And it's now kind of alarming Mexico that, you know, America's just invaded two of your neighbours. So are you going to do anything? They're not going to do anything for now. America will be very successful in this war. I believe they'll take the capital of the Central American countries, which is about here. Central America, to save their country and people, will just surrender. Let's take a look at this peace. And as colored in here, America will be annexing all of this land from the Central American team. This now makes them have a border with Brazil, which, that's kind of scary for Brazil. But now America will kind of slow down. You just invaded 2 countries. Mexico, California, and other countries are probably starting to get a bit cautious of your expansion. But we're not gonna be doing this for too long, because America will now begin their invasion of the Pink Team. The Pink Team, I think this would also, in the real series, be very economically beneficial land. And that's what America wants. They want the economy from this land, and they just want the country as a whole. So American troops will steamroll in, and this is no doubt the hardest war yet. I don't know. I would say this country is quite strong in the Wisco series, but not compared to America. We see 2 operations begin. One from Michigan and one from Delaware? Like Delaware, New York? No, not New York. Pennsylvania, maybe? I'm trying to learn your states a bit more. Getting better. But, even with, Pink Team being strong, then they just can't fight America. They will use everything they've got, but unfortunately, the Pink New York team, what are they called? I need to learn the names of a lot of these countries. I don't know their names. America will be successful in taking the capital, which should be captured by now. We see an invasion of Long Island take place, which takes the entire thing. And the Pink Team will agree to surrender to America. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. And as we can see, America will be annexing all this land from the Pink Team, as well as Long Island, which that's definitely going to be a big gain. Now, for the remainder of the Pink Team, they are crippled. So, we actually see them... Ooh, what am I doing? We actually see them just decide to unite with the Unitarians. And, this is interesting. America now borders the Unitarians, and they're kind of like... This could go either way, but for now it won't. Because now America will be invading central Canada. What do they have to gain from this country? Well, resource galore. America, in this series, America's kind of... It's a word hypocritical. I think they own Fiji right now. Yeah, so America already owns Fiji. Well, we'll get to that in a bit. I have an idea with that, actually. But America's main goal is to take out central Canada. Also, adizzpro, get rid of this. Just give it independence, or just get rid of it. It looks like he's getting rid of it next episode, but just get rid of it. Ever since this was here, ever since this has been here, I'm like, get rid of it. It's so ugly. But, America will be doing that, as America will easily be able to take over the Wisconsin area. And central Canada, other than this area, they're kind of screwed. In the real series, they don't have really anything going for them. They're really in a bad spot. America's doing this for the natural resources, but after America takes, these areas, they've kind of already eliminated central Canada. And whatever's remaining of central Canada will just, I don't really know what... America's so strong in this series that if they really just wanted to expand all across the continent of North America, they could. The only country that could stop them is Brazil. And they did stop them. I'm just kind of shocked by that. But anyway, let's take a look at this peace treaty. As we can see in the peace treaty, America will be taking this huge chunk of land, which is going to definitely help their economy. But for the rest of Central Canada, America was thinking about turning it into a puppet, but they just decided no. So, in the end, for Central Canada, they will end up uniting with Alaska. And, I don't think this would be too bad. I'm not filling in all these islands. I don't think this would be horrible for Central Canada, but, they unite with another country, so hopefully the people in it are happy, at least. At this point, though, countries have had enough. America has been rapidly expanding, and they don't seem to have any sign of stopping, as troops are now seen bordering the Gold Team. So at this point, a couple countries are going to take action. Most specifically, Mexico, the West Mexico, the Central Americans, and the Unitarians. These guys will all come together to form a alliance to stop America's expansion. I can't show it on this map. But, not too long after this, we see the invasion of the Gold Team. The Gold Team. Yeah, the Gold Team. I don't know what the point of existing. I don't know why they weren't part of the Green Team, but, they're about to be part of America. And we see just the absolute slaughter of this country. They get slaughtered, and in the peace treaty, would you look at that, full annexation. And at this point, the Green Team is like, oh. And this is where America comes in and says, we'll give you this. If you give us the rest of the coastline of the Great Lakes, we will leave you be. If you don't, we will invade you. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to accept that, no problem. The Green Team doesn't want to get invaded, and at this point, America has formed a pretty good empire. This is looking very nice. But they're not going to expand anymore in North America. They don't have any more ambitions here. They've invaded a lot of countries. Instead, we're going all the way over to their colonies. I wonder if the Great Team is here. We're going to the colony in Oceania, because they're going to expand on this. To begin with, they will be invading the Blue Team, the Red Team, and then we see American ships begin to circle around the Papua New Guinea Yellow Team. And once these guys realise it's already too late, Americans will land on the Papua New Guinea team and will begin shooting up into the country. And this is terrifying. These guys are screaming like, help us, but nobody's going to answer. We see a weird standoff of troops with Australia. Say have got troops here, probably meaning that they were going to invade the Yellow Team. So Red Australia is kind of looking at America and is going like, what are you doing? But we're not going to do anything because we don't want to get ourselves killed. I don't know how that'll go. America's absolutely folding the Yellow Team. At this point, the Yellow Team's just going to surrender to hopefully not get fully annexed. So let's take a look at the peace treaty. As we can see in the peace treaty, America will be annexing all this land from the Papua New Guinea Yellow Team. And in some secret invasions, we see these countries just disappear. Bye-bye, guys. You may never get an empire in this series. And just like that, America is just taking over most of Oceania. Now, this is not going to sell well with the rest of, the world, especially Red Australia and some other countries. They're like, hold up. You were expanding in North America. Why are you expanding in Oceania now? You've just made yourself a colony, basically. So, the world is like, what are you doing? And America answers, expansion. But, we actually see Red Australia as well as Brazil forming a defensive alliance, which means if America would attack Brazil or Australia, they would come to the help of each other. Not too long after this, we actually see the Yellow Team and Orange Team join this. Orange Team being the one over here in Africa. But, I think it's time. America wants to show their power. They want to show that they are the boss of this continent. And what better way to do that by invading Mexico with literally everything you've got? About 1 million troops will roll into Mexico and immediately activating the alliance. And, yeah, we see a naval landing from here take place. And no doubt, this is going to be a very bloody war. We see all of you getting taken before the Mexicans arrive and put a stalemate on the Americans, which is impressive. Now, Central America, yeah, America's going to definitely take advantage of you, and let's just say that they don't stand a chance. America will completely take over Central America within a couple of days. Within those couple of days, they now set out a sneak attack into Mexico, and Mexico is fighting a two-front war. Not to worry, the West Mexicans are here. Very strange that these two are allying together. I never actually thought of that. Now, the Unitarians, America is going to push in, but they can't. They're going to be stopped. And it's because the Unitarians are very united. They've got literally their population started fighting for them as soon as this war broke out. And America just doesn't, they have no interest in going into the Unitarians' land. They have no interest there. Where they do have interests is Mexico. And Mexico is struggling to fight back. This is definitely a very bloody war. Mexico is top 10 power in the series, so don't take this don't take that this is taking America only a couple of weeks. This is taking America months to do. Eventually, we do see Mexico fight back as they will attempt to push back, attempt to push out the Americans, but they fail. They fail to push them out of Yucatan, and that they're gonna hold a front line for a couple of weeks until America just pushes back in. In fact, they push even further than just back in. They push up to here, which is kind of scary. This is now your populated areas they're getting to. And West Mexico is West Mexico is getting invaded. America's plan is to cut off these two, and that plan has just been taken into action as we can see America's troops is now pushing through these two countries. And, they just were successful. With the cut off of this area down here, we just see it fall over. Not text. We see it fall over to America, and, West Mexico is just like, okay, let's fight. West Mexico is just like, okay, let's just fire a ceasefire, shall we? Let's not do this. So, West Mexico is out the war, leaving Mexico to die, basically. With West Mexico out the war, they've got nobody helping them. The Unitarians are holding off the Americans. And simply put it this way, it'll be a very long and bloody war, but America would win against Mexico. Eventually we see the capture in the capital of Mexico, and Mexico will surrender. At this point, the Unitarians are just like, okay, take what you want from us with what you've occupied, but we are out of this war. And America wins, with relatively no issue. Let's take a look at this peace treaty. Taking a look at this peace treaty, you can clearly see the war spoils that America's been able to gain. To begin with Mexico, honestly, if I was them, I'd be very happy with what I lost, as Mexico will lose this big chunk of land up here. Central America is completely annexed, and as well as all this is annexed from Mexico. West Mexico gets a bit of a slap on the wrist. Not much. They don't lose too much. And these two, weirdly enough, after this war, Mexico is crippled. So we actually see Mexico unite with West Mexico to form just Mexico. This will definitely help the two countries out a lot. And hopefully put the past behind West Mexico. And for the Unitarians, they barely lost anything. I mean, America didn't have any ambitions here, but they took land, just say, don't mess with us again. They will take these few pieces of land, finishing their empire. This is, it's a huge empire. There's no doubt about it. This is the strongest country in the world now. This would be, okay, if America did this in the real Wisco series, I think they'd be unstoppable. But, if they wanted to go further, they could do this. I don't think they would. In all reality, they have good relations with California. But that's going to do it for What If America from adizzpro's Wisco formed an empire. Hope you enjoyed this new series, and if you support this video well, I will continue it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.